Hey, it's Paula Hines Lonergan, and time's up for me to be silent about childhood sexual abuse. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video with anyone who think you might benefit, even if it's just with yourself. I was watching TV the other week, and being interviewed were three of the five siblings of the Brown family. Now, the Brown family are siblings that all learned to play the piano. They were mentored by their father, and they play and perform around the world together on stage, five pianos on stage. Now, in the interview, it was one of the brothers and two of the sisters. Okay, the other two siblings weren't there. But after they talked a little bit about their upbringing and how they learned and their performances, etc., one of the girls proceeded to relay. Now, I'm saying girls; these are now grown men and women. But one of the young women was saying that she was just in conversation saying to her sister, and it almost sounded like it was matter of factly some of the things that her father had done to her in the way of, it's really childhood sexual abuse, in the way of abuse or molestation. Um, and then the sister she was speaking to said, "Oh, Dad did the same thing to me." And there's a third sister they talked to, and the father had sexually abused all three of his own daughters. And it wasn't until they were all grown that they actually ever really discussed it or disclosed it or spoke their truth. In the book, The Courage to Heal, there's a chapter on disclosure. It's page 165. And it basically it really under one of the sections it says that how sharing or disclosing your experiences in the way of sexual abuse, telling your parents, telling your siblings, can be like a release. It's like it gets it kind of off of your back, the big elephant off your back. However, um, in telling, it's not always the positive results you may like. Apparently, the daughters in the Brown family, endeavored to talk to their parents, and particularly the dad, and talking about what he had done, and they were endeavoring to keep what had happened within the family. However, I guess it sounded like the father, um, who had taught all of his children, and got them on their path to musical success. Um, he apparently at one point said, "Okay, well, I'm not going to ever, train young girls, you know, be a teacher to young persons." And he apparently went back on that. So when the daughters saw that their father was teaching music to young girls, they stepped in, and they realized that at that point they could not remain silent because um, they would also be complicit in perhaps allowing someone else to be abused. So they took their father to court, and with the accusation, and right now the father's in jail. Now, boy, it's like heartbreaking. I mean, what a heavy thing to do. However, being that he had abused all three of his daughters and now was teaching other young children, typically abusers don't stop unless something very extreme happens. Um, so they took the initiative legally, to, protect other children. And you have to admire that. Unfortunately, there was no statute of limitations that was in play in the state of Utah. so that they were able to bring successfully the charges against their father, and he was held accountable for them. The Five Browns, they're on YouTube, and there was an article I saw online called the Brown Siblings, A Family Shattered. But like I said, you can also see their performances on YouTube. There's a value to speaking your truth. And sometimes, it's not, always that the person that may abuse you gets their just due, because it is illegal to abuse children, So in the case of the Browns, their father was disciplined severely for that, but even if there is a statute of limitation that has passed and abuse is what you experience, you don't have to remain silent. Time's up for me to be silent. That's my Gmail address, timesupforsilence@gmail.com. What are your thoughts? Do you know about the Browns? Had you heard about them before? Do you think they did the right thing? Please, let's talk about it. And let's continue to heal.